In 1941, a young actress marched into a powerful studio mogul's office and demanded the unthinkable, a strict contract totally forbidding her from posing in bathing suits. What happened next completely shocked the entire entertainment industry and changed acting forever. Teresa Wright began her astonishing journey on the Broadway stage in 1938. She possessed a rare, authentic, girl-next-door quality that absolutely mesmerized audiences. She wasn't seeking massive glamour or endless fame, she simply wanted to be respected as a serious, dedicated artist. Legendary producer Samuel Goldwyn spotted her incredible talent and desperately wanted to bring her to Hollywood. But Wright knew how the predatory studio system completely exploited young women. She absolutely refused to sign a standard, restrictive contract that would compromise her dignity. She famously inserted unique clauses demanding she never be photographed in a bathing suit unless it was specifically in the script. She also explicitly banned any phony publicity stunts. Surprisingly, Goldwyn actually agreed, marking a massive victory against studio exploitation. Her cinematic debut in the 1941 film The Little Foxes was an absolute triumph. Starring alongside the formidable Bette Davis, the incredibly young Wright completely held her own. Her brilliant, emotional performance immediately earned her an Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actress. To be nominated for an Oscar on your very first film was incredibly rare. Hollywood executives quickly realized that Wright's demands for artistic respect were totally justified. She possessed a natural, grounded talent that heavily produced, manufactured stars simply could never replicate. The following year, she starred in the monumental World War II drama Mrs. Miniver. As Carol Belden, she provided the tragic, emotional core of a film that dramatically inspired the entire nation during its darkest days. Her performance was universally praised. In a historic achievement, she won the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress for Mrs. Miniver, while simultaneously being nominated for Best Actress for The Pride of the Yankees in the exact same year. She had entirely conquered Hollywood on her own terms. In The Pride of the Yankees, she portrayed Eleanor Gehrig, the devoted wife of the doomed baseball legend. Her devastating portrayal of quiet grief and resilient strength left theater audiences across the country in absolute tears. She was completely unstoppable, but her most iconic role arrived in 1943. Alfred Hitchcock personally chose her for Shadow of a Doubt. Playing a bright, innocent teenager who slowly realizes her beloved uncle is a notorious serial killer, she delivered an absolute masterclass in psychological terror. Unlike traditional horror victims who just screamed helplessly, Wright portrayed a deeply intelligent, resourceful young woman desperately trying to survive. Her incredible performance permanently revolutionized how young heroines were fundamentally written and depicted in Hollywood suspense thrillers. In 1944, she seamlessly pivoted to romantic comedy in Casanova Brown alongside Gary Cooper. She effortlessly proved her incredible versatility. Audiences totally adored her because she always felt like a real, genuine human being, not an untouchable, artificial celebrity. Then, in 1946, she anchored what many critics consider the absolute greatest American film ever made, The Best Years of Our Lives. Playing the remarkably compassionate daughter of a returning war veteran, her emotional depth helped the nation powerfully heal from immense trauma. Despite starring in numerous definitive masterpieces between 1941 and 1946, Teresa Wright remains tragically underrated today. Because she absolutely refused to play the traditional Hollywood glamour game, the aggressive publicity machine ultimately forgot about her in favor of flashier, scandalous stars. Her incredible achievement of being nominated for an Oscar for her first 3 consecutive films remains an incredibly rare, almost impossible milestone in cinematic history. She built her legendary career entirely on the undeniable strength of her raw, magnificent acting talent. She proved that a woman could stand up to the most powerful men in Hollywood, protect her absolute integrity, and still achieve the highest pinnacle of artistic success. Her famous Rebel contract paved the incredible way for future generations of independent actors. If you closely analyze her monumental output from 1941 to 1946, it is arguably the most perfect, critically acclaimed run any actress has ever had. She literally didn't make a single bad film during this entire legendary, unprecedented era. Teresa Wright may be an incredibly underrated name today, but her powerful legacy is completely undeniable. She was the brilliant, rebellious heart of the 1940s, choosing artistic truth over superficial fame, and leaving behind absolute cinematic perfection. If you admire stars who refused to play by the rules, hit subscribe to Biographies Repo for more incredible true stories from Hollywood history.